Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus, and yes, there is an end to Season 1 for Stryker of Enyo. That's right, this is the end of Season 1. We're literally doing this on December 31st, 2015. If you're listening on YouTube, then, well, obviously it's not going to be the date, but this is the official end of Season 1 for me. I started back probably around May conceiving some of this stuff. Was putting out videos in July. No, I'm sorry, June. And so that's some of the earliest dates I got on my stuff. And you might be thinking, well, shouldn't you go a year from the time you start? Well, yeah, I could, but quite honestly, going on a yearly basis is a lot easier, when you do it on the first of the year. So, everybody knows that when December comes around, that's you're getting toward the end of your season, so, and, you start the new season in January. It seems a lot better fit. And then you don't have to keep track of, well, was it February when I started, or was it May, or do you count it as June? So, it's just easier. So, yeah, technically we only get 6 months for this first season that I'm doing, but hey, like I said in my other problem video, problems with Upload Studio, this is my 42nd video, I believe. Yeah, it should be 42nd video, and that's just including the main stuff. That's not including, I think I did about 7 audio commentaries on Metal Gear Solid 5 stuff, like Truck Driving Adventures and The Buddy's Guide, Infinite Money, and Infinite Resources and stuff like that. Then I did the audio commentary collections, but I believe only the first one actually came out okay. Apparently 2 and 3 they would quit halfway through, so at some point I might end up redoing those, but that doesn't, like I said, it doesn't include those. Oh, beginner tips, I got that in here too. So yeah, it doesn't include any of the audio commentaries I did on existing stuff. But pretty much all the main stuff. How the F did I die and fail? Beginner tips or advanced tips for, excuse me, Metal Gear Solid or Fallout 4. And yeah, I thought, well, maybe I could pump out a few extra ones. This is around Christmas time, of course, for GTA. Actually, there's snow on right now because it's, nearly New Year's. So, yeah, your mouth moves now when you have your headset plugged in and you're in the party. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if it does it with Kinect. This is Christmas footage. You might have seen this existing clip, but I'm going to try to get you guys some fresh. I just wanted to put something out for the end of the year. I honestly thought about, I got clips that are probably going to be expiring. So I'm probably going to actually start the year off with some stuff for you right away, simply because it seems like clips that were done after the new Xbox experience started, you can save them, but anything before that, if it wasn't saved, it won't let me save it. So it's little stuff like this that really ticks me off. But yeah, I wanted to have kind of a clean break when it came to seasons, and starting in season 2 now, I probably will start actually uploading to YouTube, simply because there is no upload anymore, and quite honestly, getting thumbs up on Xbox's service, it doesn't mean anything. You're not going to get any kind of ad revenue from that. You're not going to build a fan base. You can't subscribe to other people, in a sense. And like I've said in my previous 2 videos, I think, the problems with Upload Studio and just using Upload Studio in general, part 1, I don't see Microsoft expanding their upload app into something that would be like YouTube. Where people can go and watch videos of other people that have posted, and we each have our own kind of channel or area. I think it'd be cool to be able to check out, stuff that gets done, but But I mean, especially now, now that Showcase only features one video at a time, that doesn't work for me, because I'll make 3 videos in a day, and, you know, then what? I have to, you know, space them out? I mean, do I give each one of them a week? I mean, it's way too hard to try to follow someone. It's way too hard to, you know, people don't know it's there, and I don't believe you can even blanket email all the people on your friends list at one time. Not through the Xbox One itself. Maybe on PC you can select everybody? I don't know. But on the One itself, it doesn't seem like you can select multiple people to send a message to. At least, I don't know, because yeah, it does that separate, what do you call it? That separate little side menu, you know, when you do it, and it shows, you know, your entire conversation with somebody else, but yeah, it just seemed like it was hard to do that. But anyway, I don't see Microsoft doing that, so, and like I said, even if Microsoft did do that and made Xbox have its own YouTube-like feature, and, you know, Upload Studio was linked to Upload again, I just don't see it being really that much a use. I mean, YouTube is way too big, so it just makes sense to put videos there. It's unfortunate that I gotta use Upload Studio in order to create them, but hey, it gives me something, it gives me a way to actually produce stuff. So, yeah, and I bought a bunch of other games. I mean, I still got Fallout. I still want to get back into Metal Gear Solid 5, but, you know, I lost all that footage from before. You know, like 100 clips, and I had a lot of stuff there. That means that Buddy's Guide number 2, you know, I'm trying to move forward, and I'm trying to do stuff in Fallout 4. I just got Batman Arkham Knight, and I got all the DLC for that. Granted, that doesn't have probably as many possibilities with, you know, like how the F did I die or fail, or, you know, top moments of the week. That, you know, that probably doesn't happen as much as in Batman. But you will start seeing me do some commentary, perhaps, on a few things in that. I just got Chivalry. What is it? Ancient Warfare? I can't remember the tagline for it. But you know Chivalry, the first-person Middle Ages fighting game. You know, Old English, you know, spears, battle axes, barbarians, and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be kind of fun. You know, that was on sale just before the end of the year, or last week, I should say. Obviously, Rainbow Six. I got a ton of stuff recorded for Rainbow Six, and I actually just lost. I think everything you're gonna see in this next 6-minute segment is actually all gone. So I have to... That's back when the blood was a lot brighter. They changed that. But yeah, so I lost some stuff on Rainbow already, and I can't save it. It won't let me do it. Which is stupid. I don't know why, but... So we're gonna do more for Rainbow Six. I got tons of clips saved for that. Obviously, Star Wars Battlefront. Not Bridge Commander, it's Bridge Constructor. That actually has some pretty good potential, as long as I stay away from watching the pre-made bridges on videos and whatnot. You know, it's a lot funner to see if your stuff is going to work if you're doing it from the start. Or, I mean, if you're doing it without any other knowledge. You know, then you'll be like, well, this might not work. But yeah, if you just look online and see what people are making, you know, yeah, that's kind of boring. But there's some cool stuff I had already made with Bridge Constructor that was actually kind of funny, you know, where the cars were flipping around. I wish they'd blow up. I really wish they would, but you know what? Whatever. It's a smaller budget game. I got Octodad as well, but I don't know how often I would actually record off of that. But it's something I could throw up for my other stuff. So I got a lot of things planned. I've got like 40 or 60 clips like already recorded. I'm starting to go through The Wolf Among Us. I'm going through Telltale stuff because I want to kind of get those done and move on to other games. So I got that going through. I'm going through the Back to the Future game I mean, the game, the 30th anniversary edition of it or whatever. And I kind of want to do some reviews. I wanted to do a Back to the Future review because you know what? I only recorded like the first minute of the title screen for Back to the Future, and I think I did it 2 days ago, and all of a sudden I've got 7 or 8 likes on that. And it's from random people too, so they must be seeing it or finding it somewhere on upload or the DVR manager thing. They must somehow be able to find it because they're not friends of mine. So they must be finding it somewhere and liking it. And that's, one of the highest rated videos, surprisingly enough, that I had just for something random like that. And they like it. It's just the title screen. And then it goes to the episode screen. But, so I'm going to get more stuff of that. I'm going to try to do a few reviews. I'm thinking about doing a top most disappointed list. I don't know if I actually have 10, because I normally don't buy games that disappoint me, or I don't necessarily buy bad games outright. I mean, yeah, if they're cheap enough later on, I'll get them. But I don't have a collection of bad games on the Xbox One. And backwards compatibility stuff, they're not necessarily picking bad games to put on backwards compatibility, so, it's mostly good stuff. So I can't even use footage, from 360 stuff. So that's kind of what's going on with my show and whatnot. So yeah, trying to get stuff hopefully over to YouTube. If you're listening to this on YouTube, well then, hey, there you go. But yeah, gonna start doing that, and I'm starting to think about answering like questions that are pertinent to the game industry, but just showing game footage, something similar to what Jim Sterling does on his Jimquisition channel on YouTube. But he'll actually be in front of the camera, then he has his flag and his podium. He'll be, in person at the beginning of the segment, but his middle segment, when he talks about things like, Konami messing up or gamers' rights or something like that, he'll use a lot of footage from, game companies that outright don't, on YouTube, that don't monetize, their game footage, or else they're not going to take monetization from you. So he uses a lot of stuff from, like, Digital Homicide, the publisher, and whatnot. So yeah, that was a fun shot too. Yeah, I think I lost that clip, so can't use that either unless I want to go back into the different editing software. So I'm thinking about doing that, and talking about, maybe not quite once a week, but when a subject comes up, I usually end up recording an audio file on it on my computer, just so I can at least get my thoughts down. But this way, I'd be able to actually do it, put it in video form. Again, it's not going to be me in front of a camera. If I'm talking about Ubisoft or EA, then I will use game footage, hopefully from those specific games that I'm talking about. But it's a good possibility that, it'll be more subjective stuff, so that it might not necessarily be about a particular game. But yeah, if I'm talking about Ubisoft and their new practices or some BS DLC that they're coming out with, I'll probably, throw in a game like Rainbow that they're known for doing. But yeah, so that's what's coming out new. I'm pretty excited about it, getting some of this stuff on YouTube, because I don't get the views on upload. So hey, let's drive off into the sunset and toast to cheers.